These are the top 8 food shortages you are going to continue to see in 2023. You're going to see food shortages at Walmart, food shortages at Aldi, food shortages at Kroger, King Super, Piggly Wiggly. All right, wherever you go, it's happening right now because this is a nationwide problem. This is a supply chain problem. This is a logistics problem. This is a inflation problem, and it's also a intentional problem, it seems like. So let's get into the first shortage here. The first one, that's why I said it was intentional. We've seen all the crazy stuff going on with our egg production facilities. That's why eggs are number one here. 210 chickens have been taken out. And by the way, I made a video about chickens yesterday and it got taken down by YouTube. All right. So make sure you are following me on Twitter just in case anything ever happened to my channel. And make sure you sign up for my email list. It's just a free email list where I just send out the news every day to you. All right. So make sure you're signed up to that just in case anything happened because I had a video get banned yesterday. All right. So you never know. And I was talking about chickens and just some stuff going on with chickens. All right. The full video is on my Twitter if you didn't see it and you want to go check it out. You can see here mayo. All right. Number 2, because mayo is related to eggs. All right. Egg shortages. You're going to have mayo shortages, of course. Number 3, lettuce. All right. So there have been massive water restrictions and water shortages in California right now, and California is the biggest lettuce producer in North America, potentially the world. They are massive for vegetables, and there's also been tomato shortages. I've seen multiple people reporting that there are tomato shortages at their local Aldi or their local Walmart. All right, so this is happening, and I've also seen reports of $14 lettuces. $14 lettuce. All right, that is, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. I wish I was selling lettuce. I used to do a market garden, which is essentially where you're growing like lettuce, tomatoes, carrots, radishes, cucumbers. All right, these high value crops in a small space. I was on an acre and a half growing high value crops, and lettuce was like my bread and butter. And I was charging like $3, $4 for heads of organic lettuce, butter crunch lettuce, but $14, like I'm about to jump back in. Right? That's a lot of money, all right? And even the average probably that I see is like $5, $6, all right, for just regular lettuce. All right, it's getting crazy up here. Beef is also going to be another massive shortage that we're going to see. All right, Texas has been hit with a massive drought, and there has been a huge culling of the beef in Texas. You can see here, consumers can expect a beef shortage this year, which could stretch well into 2024. The industry has been hampered by a drought in Texas, which is responsible for 14% of the nation's beef cow herd. And it says, we've had a large amount of culling this year because of drought, livestock specialist David Anderson told the Washington Times. I actually made a report on this video because it's important. I mean, every time I go to the store, every time I order Walmart online, I am getting hit with higher prices on meat every single time. It's one of these things that really hasn't gone down at all. So there is really no better time to get your homestead going, to get chickens, to get goats. If you have tons of land, get cows. Just do it. All right, this is the best time to do it. We need to take back our food system because it is getting shut down, taken over, and they're going to replace it with something way worse. Also, oranges and orange juice. Florida has been hit with this hurricane last year, all right when they were about to harvest. And also, just the price of everything, fertilizers, pesticides, have gone up. So we're seeing massive orange shortages as well. I used to live in the Lake Wales area of Florida where they have massive orange groves all over. And every single year there are more farmers getting out of the businesses and they're building more subdivisions, more houses on the orange groves. This is happening every year, and Florida is our main supplier of oranges. So it's one of these things that can't really be replaced. There's also a greening disease that is always threatening the oranges as well. All right. And this is number 5. On to number 6, we have a few more. Stick with us. Soda has also seen shortages. All right. Because of the packaging, the metal used for it, the aluminum is in short supply, and also the carbon dioxide from sodas is in short supply. I mean, maybe this is a good thing. Probably shouldn't be drinking soda. I drink some root beer sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, it's good stuff. All right, even though it's probably not good for you. Maybe it's a good one to have a shortage of. But it's just one of these things. Aluminum is important for a lot more than just soda. So is carbon dioxide and pressurizing things. Aluminum is used for packaging for tons of different products, and it could affect all of them. Bare minimum, it could make them go up because the packaging price goes up. Number 7 is butter. We've seen massive dairy shortages, and I even reported on how farmers in Canada are being told to dump out tens of thousands of liters of their milk, right? Because they can only produce so much. They have this milk cartel in Canada that regulates the price of milk and butter and cheese and everything. And if you produce too much as an individual farmer, they say you have to throw that out because you are going to make the price go down. All right, this is what happens in Canada, and it's happening right now. I made a report on it a few days ago, actually, and this is part of the reason why prices are so high. So it's artificial, all right? Farmers want to be producing more. They are producing more. They want to get their product out to market, and they're being told no. They're being shut down, and this always happens. There's always government regulation coming for the farmers. I reported a couple days ago, go watch this video, how the farmers in France are revolting. All right, they're having massive protests because they are under new restrictions that are damaging their farms and hampering their production. Also, another one, champagne, which is made from grapes. We've seen massive grape shortages as well, all right, because same thing, California has been hit with water restrictions. So all of these crops are getting cut back on their water. They're having lower production, less yield, all right, less weight from water, and they are also having to choose certain crops to water or not. All right, I reported on this a few months ago how whole fields of tomatoes, lettuce, they are letting a lot of the annuals go to save the perennials like the grapes, like the almonds, because they can replant lettuce and tomatoes, things like that next year. But it takes years to establish grapes or almonds. You don't want to just let your vines die. But they've been just watering them the bare minimum, so it's still been a reduced yield from the grapes. So that's why we've seen shortages in wine and champagne as well. It's also become more expensive because fertilizer is more expensive to produce the grapes, all right? So it's one of these things where it's cumulative, and this affects pretty much every single crop, and this is your sign to start growing your own food, all right? This is it. You need to get seeds. Right now, it's almost spring, all right? It was super warm today. It was feeling like spring today here in Colorado, and it's feeling like time to start planting your seeds, all right? If you are down south, even starting to get up north now, you should be planting seeds inside a greenhouse near a windowsill. Most seeds don't even need light to germinate, they just need heat. So make sure you keep them in a warm spot. They need heat and water, and keep them nice and wet. Get a little spray bottle and spray the top of your seeds. All right, that's what I do. So you can really spray individual pots or cells and get them soaked nice and wet. And it's also not spilling anywhere. And when you spray it and mist it, it absorbs into the soil better than just dumping water on it, and it can just flow off of it. All right, so just some tips here for germination, because you should be stocked up. We really don't know. We're seeing all these attacks on our food supply. It's constant, And multiple chicken warehouses in the past week have been burned down. All right, we saw the one in Connecticut, 100,000 chickens burned down, and then we saw this one in New Zealand I reported on where 75,000 chickens got burned egg layers. All right, one of the biggest, or I think it was the biggest egg laying facility in New Zealand. How are all the biggest ones just burning down all of a sudden? Just magically, we're losing all of our chickens. All right, so make sure you guys are getting prepared. Make sure you're getting your homestead ready. Make sure you're getting chickens, goats, whatever is in your comfort level and is in your management level for animals. Get that and just start growing anything. Start growing microgreens on your windowsill. Just get plants growing. Start germinating seeds. Start creating calories because we are entering a phase where they are attacking our food supply and it's ramping up. We went from this era where there was just so much abundance, right? It was like a thing. It was like, oh, we waste so much food. And that is true too, all right? There's a lot of food waste, but now the narrative has completely flipped and now the narrative is shortages and scarcity, all right? There's no abundance, there's scarcity of food, and there's fires, and there's diseases, all this stuff. All right, I got to be careful how I talk here after what happened yesterday. Make sure you guys are following me on Twitter and signed up for my email list because you never know, guys. I got hit hard yesterday. They took down one of my videos and gave me a warning, emailed me. It's a big deal. There's like this big thing on my channel when I log in now, just like, I don't even know how to make it go away. It's like saying I'm in trouble, all this stuff. So make sure you guys are signed up and follow me on Twitter as well. You never know. And we need to have these alternative platforms. So get prepared. Start growing your own food, guys. Hit that like, hit that sub, hit that bell, hit those comments. Thank you guys so much. And you have a big old blessed day.